Hello everyone and welcome to my review of Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 112. So, last week we had Joko showing up and torching Nanami, Maki, and Naobito. Fortunately, Megumi got pulled off somewhere else by Toji, so we'll see what happens with them. But the other thing that happened was Sukuna has been awakened once again. Joko gave Itadori 10 fingers, I think. So now he has 15. He has 75% of his power. So, Geto's disciples get back up, even though they seem to have been torched by Joko at the end of the last chapter. But before Joko can do anything, a voice says, "You have 1 second. Move." And we see that Sukuna is back, which is great, because he hasn't really come out and done anything in a very long time. And he just tells Joko to move. He gets like a whole page spread for it. So Joko and the disciples both run away. And he remarks on how Sukuna's strength is different from Gojo's. It's super evil. Which I guess is supposed to mean that it's still comparable to Gojo. I assume that when he's not at full power, Sukuna is not as strong as Gojo. We haven't really seen his full power, but I assume he doesn't have any way to deal with the infinity. So, the disciples, I can never remember their names, but they're terrified of Sukuna. Then Sukuna is like pushing his hair back, and he sees that they're all terrified, and he says, "You're holding your head a little too high, don't you think?" And they all kneel down super quickly. It's really, it's pretty amazing to see how absolutely terrified everyone is of him. And before Joko can even kneel down all the way, the top of his head gets sliced off, and there's this big cut in the wall. So it looks like Sukuna is able to, I think he did this very early on in the story. I don't remember everything. I think when he fought the cursed womb thing, I think that's what it was called. He like sliced it into a bunch of pieces vertically without even touching it. So it looks like this power has been upgraded a bit. So Sukuna's just talking about how you guys thought like just kneeling would be enough, but your head doesn't seem to bear much because it's not hanging that low. He asks the disciples if they wanted to ask him something. He says he'll give them 1 finger's worth of time. So they ask him to kill the fake Geto so that they can free Geto. And then we get a flashback of them talking to pre-getting killed by Gojo Geto. So, Geto after Hidden Inventory, but before Volume 0. And they're like brushing his hair. That's actually pretty neat to see, I guess. If someone did have hair as long and luxurious as Geto, you would need people to comb it for you. So they ask him who Gojo is, and he says that he was his best friend, but they've just been the way they are now because they fought. And then they're thinking about how much they love Geto, and that they won't forgive Gojo for what he did, but they were okay with just not doing anything, just letting things be, since Gojo is Geto's best friend. But this guy who's running things with the special grade spirits, this person is not Geto. So they offer Sukuna another finger if he'll kill Geto. So Sukuna tells them to raise their heads, and then he kills one of them, who is Mimiko. Just fucking decapitates her without doing anything. And he's like, "Are you fucking serious? You thought you could order me around over a finger or two?" Which is only like, that's like a fraction of the power he has now, so he doesn't care that much. So the remaining disciple tries to take a picture of Sukuna, but the top of her head gets cut off, and then the rest of her body gets cubed. And then Sukuna grabs the phone, and he mentioned how their ability probably had something to do with manipulating whatever in the photo. So I guess that explains how they survived getting torched by Joko last time, because they did take a selfie of themselves before, like, the instant before he flamed them. So then Sukuna turns to Jogo and he's like, alright, you're next. What do you want? And Jogo says, we don't want anything, which confuses Sukuna. And Jogo explains that it was their objective to revive him anyway. And that Itadori is totally helpless, but that's not going to last, and he should know that better than anyone. So, Jogo seems to be thinking to himself that Sukuna's reverse technique, his reverse curse technique, could heal others, which is, okay, great. That's how we're going to get Maki and Nanami and now Bito back. Great. But Mahito's idol transfiguration isn't something that can be fixed. So then Jogo tells Sukuna that he should make a binding vow with Yuji so that he can't take control anymore. And that he should use his friends that are running around Shibuya as leverage against Yuji. So I know that the two of them already have a vow. They already made a contract very early on that Sukuna would only come out. I think this was a pre-Viz scan that I was reading. So he said that if you ever say the word Abraxas, then I get to come out for 1 minute. So I don't know if he could make another binding vow, or if already having one makes that not possible. Who knows? But then Sukuna says it's not necessary, and he has his own plans. He remarks that the cursed spirits are desperate, which I would probably say they are, because they've lost 2 guys already, and the extra cursed users they've had with them, they're dead. Actually, they've lost 3 special grades, because I think the Locust was a special grade. Oh, 4, because they also had the, was it the smallpox one? Yeah. And I don't remember what's happening with Chozo. I'll have to read back again. I don't remember what happened to him. But Sukuna says that as a token of appreciation for him giving him the fingers, if Joe can land 1 hit on him, he'll do whatever the cursed spirits want. And as his first order of business, he'll kill every human in Shibuya, save 1. And Jogo says it's a deal. So who is the one that he won't kill? Probably Megumi, because he wants to torture him or some shit. But yeah, I guess, unless we're going to flash over to something else now, we're going to see Jogo trying to fight Sukuna, which we've already had established that he is way weaker than him. They even used fingers as a unit of measurement for his power level, unless he's had training or something. But I guess it could be possible for him to, like, lay a finger on Sukuna. That's possible. That's what I expect the next chapter to be, because it would be kind of weird to flash back to whatever's going on with anyone else, because I don't think anyone else other than Mei Mei are really doing anything right now, if I remember correctly. Now, the only other thing that would be happening right now is whatever Megumi and Toji are doing. So, it's possible that we may see that after the next chapter. Because what could happen is Jogo manages to touch Sukuna, so Sukuna's like, alright, time to go on a fucking rampage. Then he encounters Megumi, but Toji is also there. So, Megumi and Sukuna rematch, but also Sukuna fights Toji, who is like an S-tier version of Maki. So it would be pretty cool to see how Toji would take on the King of Curses himself. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I do Jujutsu Kaisen reviews every week. If you like other series such as Record of Ragnarok, Chainsaw Man, Kengan Omega, and Bleach, I do videos on those series as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.